It is time once again to kick off another season here in the Simulation Soccer League Major Division. Lots of storylines as we kick off Season 21. Will defending champions Reykjavik United be able to win the league once again? Will Cup winners Sao Paulo be able to do one better on their recent Shield win and this time take it all the way? Is this the season Hollywood puts it all together? Will Schwarzwälder be in the mix once again? Can Catalunya improve on their last place performance last time out? Plenty of these questions will be answered over the course of this season, but it all has to start somewhere, and that is here. Hello everyone, I am Metafiction, and we have a lot of matches here for you today, and it is going to be another excellent opening match day here in the Major Division. Season 21 will begin, of course, with CF Catalunya taking on AC Romana. Both of these teams having a bit of a rough go of it last season. In fact, in recent seasons, these two have been toward the bottom of the standings. Both sides will be looking for redemption in some form or fashion over the course of this season. Of course, the best way to do that would be to win your opening match, but only one team can possibly do that today. Later on, of course, we've got a classic bout between Reykjavik and Schwarzwälder, those two competing, or apologies, that is our first match. I was a little bit bamboozled by the graphics. That seems to be happening to me a lot, unfortunately. But yes, it is defending champions Reykjavik United who will kick us off at Lake Vålerenn, taking on their erstwhile rival Schwarzwälder Fußballverein. As I was beginning to allude to just a moment ago, both of these sides, historically, over the last several seasons, one of the most emphatic rivalries here in the SSL. Both of these teams toward the top of the table pretty much perennially until the recent rise, of course, of Sao Paulo. Reykjavik winning the league last season will be looking to try and once again prevail. Won't be able to do it like that, though, as Shaheen called offside. And now Schwarzwälder with a free kick. Jihao was also offside. We know both these teams have a lot of firepower. And Schwarzwälder that might draw first blood here, but that corner kick rebuffed. Jihao gets to it. Schenkinger forward to Whittington. Whittington, the veteran fullback, squares it. And that found a lot of potential Schwarzwälder players in the middle there, but nobody was able to get a foot onto it. Now it's a free kick, headed back out. Shaheen trying to send it clear. Both teams in a 4-2-4. We've seen that formation crop up quite a bit. One of the more common formations, one of the more well-versed formations in this league over the last season. We really saw that start to develop as one of the preferred tactics among SSL organizations. Rashford with the cross, but Deanne gets the foot in to stop it. Del Pirlo tries to get past Bierman, ultimately rebuffed. Maldonado now puts the cross in, far post, and it's headed behind by Feradian. Tentacles with the free kick, or the corner kick, for Reykjavik. And that one headed over. Interception by Schmidt. Hakkinen gets onto the end of the pass, dribbling into the box. End line. Looked like it was trying to pass it, but it was deflected all the way back out. Either side really with a decisive chance so far. Through ball, Hakkinen lays it off. Jihao! And as soon as I say that, Wang Jihao with the first goal in SSL League play for Season 21. Well, it came off of a free kick. Muller finding the run of Hakkinen, who laid it perfectly having drawn some defensive attention, Jihao in plenty of space to make it Reykjavik 0, Schwarzwälder 1. The defending champions put on the back foot at home here in the first half. It's another free set piece there. As Häkkinen sends it right into the wall, and it's behind for a corner. Schmidt standing over the delivery and then fires the cross into the air. Schenkinger and Jihao. It looked like off the post. Schwarzwälder still with a chance. Deanne from close range, and that is wide. Schwarzwälder with another dangerous chance not too long after the first. But now it's Reykjavik coming forward. Gaisberg through ball by Del Pirlo to Rashford, and it's a good save there. Williams preventing that ball from going in. It's a corner to Reykjavik. Henkel sends it near post, and it's headed just over the bar. Muller. Schmidt lays it off to Whittington. Cross from Whittington to Jihao, and that's 2. SFV making a statement here today on Matchday 1. 2 goals up on the defending champions, and both of them off the foot of Wang Jihao. So, Reykjavik 0, Schwarzwälder 2 as we near halftime. Well, Reykjavik victorious in the league last season, able to seize on the opportunity as Sao Paulo faltered once again in the late goings. However, Sao Paulo able to defeat them in the cup as Rashford sends that just wide. And then once again, just a few days ago, Reykjavik once again defeated by Sao Paulo in that one-off Shield competition to open the season. As a result, if this result holds, it would be technically 3 defeats on the bounce for this Reykjavik team. That's a position that they have very rarely, if ever, found themselves in. And at the half, indeed, it is Reykjavik 0, Schwarzwälder 2. Only 1 shot on target so far for Reykjavik. Schwarzwälder, of course, having Wang Jihao to thank for both of their goals and indeed both of their shots on target. The only booking so far, Ilya Pruskin, formerly of Catalunya. Reykjavik having proven on many occasions that they have the quality to come back from a deficit like this. The question is, will they on this occasion? Schwarzwälder at one time having one of the most dangerous front 4, I suppose, in the SSL. Dombrowski Maximiliano has made their way onto the pitch for SFV as the second half has gotten underway. Quick sequence of passes finds Neymarinho, who sends it back to Tentacles. Neymarinho again, trying to cross in, but offside. Deanne. And that ball cleared. Now it's a chance here for Del Pirlo. Del Pirlo lifting it past Williams. And Reykjavik have one back. Del Pirlo, one of the most prolific goal scorers in the SSL right now, adds another to their career tally. Reykjavik now with 1 goal to SFV's 2, and once again back in this match. It's Del Pirlo again, sending the long ball up the pitch. Rashford sending it back. Neymarinho loses out though to Häkkinen with a great challenge. Schwarzwälder, of course, know they can't get complacent, especially not against this opposition, but it's Schihau on the long ball. And Urkel, taking no chances, puts it behind for the corner. Schmidt stands over it and sends it to the near post, and the goalkeeper able to hold on to it. Tentacles. Del Pirlo can't quite get onto the end of it, and was offside in any case. Urkel with the interception, and Reykjavik now once again in possession. Del Pirlo up the far wing. Maximiliano trying to block instead. Cut back for Shaheen. The shot on target. Blocked. Sent clear. And now the counter-attack for Schwarzwälder. Schihau holding up play. Weddington touches it forward, but striker can't get onto it. Schmidt offside. Long ball from Williams. Only finds the head of Tentacles there. Neymarinho. Chased by Häkkinen and Deanne. Puts the cross in at the end line. And it's deflected behind for a corner kick. Less than 30 to play. Reykjavik looking for that equalizer. Will they get it on this corner? Tentacles sends it in. It's rebuffed by Maxwell there. And Schihau intercepting that pass. And once again, the counter might be on for SFV. Again, though, preferring to take their time, let things develop a bit. Schmidt loses out and was once again offside. Häkkinen blocking that shot there from Shaheen. And it's another corner for Reykjavik. Bobbled around in the box, back out to Tentacles, and that header loops over. And once again, the Aurora come up empty from a corner kick situation. Less than 20 to go, and Schwarzwälder holding on to a 2-1 lead as Schmidt coming forward. But again, Schmidt caught offside. Once again, a promising move snuffed out by the offside for the left wingers. That shot and the rebound from Del Pirlo has equalized it. Well, it's a miracle straight from the streets of Milan just when they needed it. It's fallen right back out. Neymarinho took the shot. It was a good parry by Williams, but it was right into the path of Del Pirlo. And now we are level with less than 15 minutes on the clock. Schihau trying to find the through ball for Schmidt. Nothing doing. And this, of course, was always the danger with Reykjavik. Even when down 2 goals, they have the quality to overturn that deficit. Maldonado intercepting that pass, Del Pirlo. Neymarinho trying to find the teammate, and it's deflected behind. I believe that was Schenkinger who deflected it. But now Reykjavik with another set-piece opportunity. Tentacles puts it near post, and it's headed right into the arms of Williams. SFV have dominated for most of this match, but let their foot off the gas after that second goal, and Reykjavik have made them pay for it. With time dwindling, will we find a winner? Schmidt, forward to Jihao, who is on a hat trick. Jihao instead squares it, and it's Mei Suzuki! Reykjavik shocked! Schwarzwälder triumphant, perhaps. It's a great positioning effort from Suzuki right in front of the goal. Absolutely uncontested on the shot. And has that provided the winner? The long shot from Häkkinen just doesn't have enough curl on it, and it's a goal kick. Added time moving very quickly. Perhaps one last chance for Reykjavik to equalize once more. Shaheen takes the touch and shoots it right at Williams, and that might be that. Holding onto the ball. And time expires. Schwarzwälder coming dangerously close to throwing it away, but in the end, come out victorious 3-2 at Lake Valerid. It was an incredible fight back from the champions, but they just couldn't seal the deal. Del Pirlo providing both goals for Reykjavik, but for Schwarzwälder, it was a brace from Jihao and the winner from Mei Suzuki that proved the difference here today. You see there that XG match chart. Upon scoring their second goal, you can see that SFV more or less went into cruise control, and it was good enough for a long stretch of the match, but it nearly cost them the game. But in this case, they were able to come out with the 3 points. And what a start that was to season 21. Schwarzwälder going into the home of defending champions Reykjavik and coming out with a very emphatic victory. 3-2 the final there. Certainly a lot of matches to watch on this first match day. And as I said at the top of the broadcast, quite a few stories to watch out for. Tenochtitlan and Shanghai Dragons having excellent maiden campaigns last time out. Can they build on that here in Season 2, now that they collectively have found their footing? And can Tokyo bounce back from a frankly disappointing performance last season and once again catapult themselves into title contention? Certainly a lot to watch as this season unfolds. It's going to be another classic, I can promise you that. Here we go with our second match of the day. Catalunya in a 4-2-4 hosting AC Romana, who instead have opted for a 4-2-3-1 look. Both teams eager to continue moving in the right direction. Romana had been the victims of a relatively rough start after a dismal season 19, but were able to pick it up toward the end of the season. They want to try and continue moving in the right direction with a win here today. Meanwhile, Catalunya have not had much to celebrate at all this season as Kronkowski squares it to Ryan van Eindhoven. Well, I'm not sure about the jig, but what I am sure about is that is a goal within a minute for AC Romana. Some excellent attacking play there. And right off the bat, Romana picking up right where they left off at the end of last season. Can Catalunya bounce back? Fry puts in the corner and it's headed away. As I was trying to say before that goal, Catalunya having not had much to celebrate for the last couple of seasons, but Joga Bonito. Well, Joga Bonito offside. That is unfortunate. Nunez with the corner. Headed back out to Nunez. Kronkowski. And sent back. Emerson making the run up the far wing. Hoppity. Back to Emerson. Nunez has a go from the edge of the box, and that goes into the mass of players and ultimately goes out for a Catalunya throw. Luiz stands over the free kick and trying to float it in, and it almost came off, but that shot goes well over. Nunez into the middle for Santori. Now back out to Hoppity, who dribbles past the defense and fires! And it's 2-0 to Romana! Well, that was brilliant build toward the middle. Santori making a good run. Hoppity with a great dribbling display, leaving Fry and Kamanova in the dust and blasting it past the goalkeeper. A powerful close-range shot that makes it Catalunya 0, Romana 2. Now Segadors really need to pull something special out in order to reverse this momentum. Through ball to Emerson, who's making the run behind, and the shot blocked by Kamanova. Bonito up the field to Cortista, who squares it. Shot from Varnson doesn't quite come off. It was a good move up until that finish. Catalunya starting to pull things together just a little bit. Can they translate it into a goal before halftime? Ball lands to Bamford, puts the ball in to the middle for Trequartista. To Trella. Opportunity perhaps now as Bonito with the ball crosses it in, but only finds Romana defenders. Pedrillo losing out to Nelson, and that shot from Varnson skims the top of the bar. So very nearly a moment of brilliance there for Catalunya. That second goal might have woken them up, but they still trail by 2 as we near halftime. Free kick floated in, and it's just over once more. Some good chances being created here by Catalunya in the closing stages of this first half. But it's Romana with a corner kick here in added time. Nunez. And that's headed back out. I believe Detrella responsible for it. Over the top, headed down by Emerson, but that didn't have enough on it, and Twinkle Toes able to stop it. And so, at the break, Catalunya trail 2-0 against AC Romana, but showing signs of life in the latter stages of the half. Will they be able to get on the scoreboard and potentially close up this deficit? Meanwhile, AC Romana having a couple of solid goals there, scoring in the first minute, courtesy of Ryan van Eindhoven. And then, of course, that brilliant individual display by Hippity Hoppity. Those 2 goals proving the advantage here today. Certainly going to be an enthralling second half as both these teams currently reflecting on that first 45 in the locker room. Managers making tactical adjustments, little tweaks and changes to try and optimize their approach to this second half. It's always a point of fascination. The teams in the locker rooms, you have to wonder what the managers are saying. Like, what do you say to a team that's been doing well or perhaps one that's not? Carolyn Miedema making their way onto the pitch in favor of Kay Varnson, who has missed a couple of high-profile chances. That change might be what Catalunya needs here. Second half underway, and already we have a corner kick for Romana. Nunez, and near post from Hippity Hoppity, who adds a second. And right out of the gate, Romana scoring early in the half once again. Set piece brilliance makes it 3-0 to AC Romana, and Catalunya in a world of trouble here. Loose ball, and Cartista gets onto the end of it. Puts the cross in. Can't quite find the header of Miedema. Fry. Shot deflected, and it's headed out by Romana. A very quick breaking move there for Catalunya, but it doesn't come to anything. Bamford over the top to Bonito. Bonito squares it, and from close range, the substitute, Carolyn Miedema, has one back. Well, it's a good shout from the manager to bring Miedema on in favor of Varnson there. Immediately weighing in with a goal to close the deficit back to 2. Is this the start of a Catalunya comeback? As that ball goes wide, courtesy of Romana. It was a very near run thing, but ultimately just past the post. Trying to quick counter, but Nelson can't quite get to it. Now Nunez, but the pass intercepted well by Ahmed. Miedema, the goal scorer. Some quick passing there again from Catalunya. Bonito trying to release Fry, but the pass off target. And now it's Minjong from close range making the run, and Kim Minjong might have iced it for Romana there. Well, Catalunya made a solid attacking effort there, but it was a quick, lethal counter from Romana, courtesy of Kim Min-jong. Ball out to Fry on the near wing. Chased by Hoppity. Fry gets to the end line, cuts it back. Ball into the center, the shot from Ahmed. Tipped over just about by Daedalus Cronus. Ahmed will stand over this corner, delivering it right into the center of the box, and it's headed just wide. Well, it's not for lack of trying on Catalunya's part, that much I can tell you. They just haven't been able to find the clinical cutting edge in the finish that they've needed. And Zhang nearly stealing the ball off of Detrella there. Ahmed. Cuts it back. Bonito. And it's Ben Nelson! El Segador's not dead and buried just yet. Still a little bit of time. They need 2 more goals. The pass from Bonito took a bit of a deflection off of Nunez, but Nelson in the right position to absolutely bury that chance. 20 minutes to play. Catalunya 2, Romana 4. But time not on Catalunya's side here. Pass intercepted by Nelson. But Santori wins the ball away. Pass back to the keeper who sends it long. Detrella. Nelson with a potential through ball here to Fry, and Cronus with a stretched save. Able to kick that behind. And now Fry will deliver another set piece. Far post, edge of the box, and Cronus holds on to it. And that might be crucial for Romana, as Hippity Hoppity, who has scored 2 goals on the day, forced off via injury for this last 10 minutes. How decisive will that be? Romana with a 2-goal lead, but having to hold on against a Catalunya attack that is well and truly started to fire. Only really lacking the end product, as you saw there. And as we enter added time here in a moment, it looks like Ivialoro might just hold on. 4 minutes of added time. And they have come and gone faster than Catalunya would really have liked. Certainly can't fault the effort on display from Catalunya. In the end, just not clinical enough when it counted. Perhaps time for one more chance, but the press from Romana breaking up any potential forward progress. They might have found something here as Bonito takes the dribble. Through ball, and Cortista tipped behind. Well, they will get to take the corner. The result perhaps decided, but they might be able to make it a slightly more favorable scoreline. Detrella. Nelson in the box, shoots, and it's tipped behind again. Romana fans starting to whistle at the referee, wanting this match to be over, and the referee has blown here. And Romana with an opening day victory, 4-2 over CF Catalunya. Catalunya with an XG of 1 higher than Romana. 21 shots, 8 of them on target, compared to 12 and 6 for Romana. Ultimately, Catalunya, despite having the better chances, were more wasteful, and as a result, they are on the losing end of this one. Hippity Hoppity, though forced off by injury, is your player of the match for Romana. 2 goals to their name. Of course, that first-minute strike by Ryan van Eindhoven, and we saw the goal from Kim Min Jong. Miedema and Nelson both doing the damage in the second half for Catalunya. AC Romana with a fairly strong performance. Certainly a lot of positives to be taken from Catalunya, but no points. Next up, we travel to Sao Paulo, where the defending Cup champions União Sao Paulo take on CD Tenochtitlan. Sao Paulo coming so close for the second season in a row to winning the SSL Major League title, but ultimately falling just short. Still, they were able to secure the SSL Cup, and again, just a couple days ago, the Founders Shield. Perhaps cold comfort, but they did manage to secure silverware. They'll be looking to do one better this season and finally win the big one. Meanwhile, Tenochtitlan, coming off a very respectable first season in SSL play, will be looking to build on that, ideally sooner rather than later. They come forward here. Mamba taking the shot and Aguilera pushing it over. This is, of course, a Sao Paulo team missing a familiar face. Longtime defender Beakley Eilish traded to Tokyo in the offseason. How will Sao Paulo cope without Eilish? That remains to be seen as Tenochtitlan continue to press the attack. Plink. Aguilera with the parry, but almost in the very dangerous position. Sao Paulo able to get it away, though. This is, of course, a very talented Sao Paulo team. Plenty of game changers along that entire lineup. Belstrazen Smith and Cotswold, two of the most promising young names in this league. Peixoto, of course, and Hashimoto, also very, very well regarded as Hashimoto, fighting for the ball in the box, cuts it back, and Chef Gagne. And Sao Paulo striking first. Well, let's look at this brilliant fight from Hashimoto, fighting against 3 Tenochtitlan players to keep possession of the ball, then gets it into the feet of Gagne just in time for a fairly well-taken strike. The tenacity on display there from Hashimoto directly contributes to Sao Paulo's first goal of the day. Sao Paulo coming forward again off the kickoff, and it's Hashimoto again dribbling into the box, and it's Yoma Hashimoto once again, this time scoring it themselves. Sao Paulo showing they will not be denied. Is this a sign of things to come this season? Hashimoto making the run, Volta keeping pace with them the entire way. Ball got a hand to it, but it deflected backward and up into the net. Couldn't quite get the placement of the hands right, and as a result, it is Sao Paulo 2, Tenochtitlan 0. Ball, of course, also a former Sao Paulo player, having been taken in the Season 20 expansion draft. Certainly no love lost. As Hashimoto in the box again, this time Ball successful in the save. And it's a free kick in a dangerous position for Zyquan Delathron, Velstrazen Smith, Kirkpatrick taking the shot, but going just past the post. Brera Strongine. Forward to Pinkman. Tonto Tot losing out there to Chef Gagne. Peixoto forward to Cotswold. Cotswold in the middle, and the shot taken by Chef Gagne, but that one ends up in the stands. It has been all Sao Paulo from the word go here. A very dominant opening performance. It's the sort of comfortable performance they needed. Tenochtitlan still having to fight to get out of this hole, but so far all of the solid chances have been Sao Paulo's way. That cross denied, but it falls back to Mulder. Mulder chips it forward, headed down for Cotswold. Cotswold right at Ball, who tips it over the bar. Hashimoto delivers the corner kick, and Ball able to claim that one out of the air. Nearing halftime, and Sao Paulo continuing to be dominant in this match as another corner, courtesy of Hashimoto, on standby. Near post again. It's headed out. Hashimoto. The long shot from Chef Gagne finds its way into the net. An absolute screamer for Chef Gagne. Hashimoto got the rebound on the corner. Gagne just let loose. Ball at full stretch can do nothing to stop it. What a strike. And it's another corner kick late in added time. Hashimoto. And that one headed over by Peixoto. And that will almost certainly do it for the first half. Sao Paulo, having faced no real danger so far from Tenochtitlan, find themselves up 3-0. 4 shots, all of them on target from Tenochtitlan, but ultimately unable to break this clean sheet so far. Chef Gagne with a couple of great goals for Sao Paulo, and Hashimoto contributing one as well. Hashimoto, one of the unsung heroes of this Sao Paulo team, one of the most underrated players in the SSL for my money, showing incredible thinking on all of those goals, incredible displays, taking one themselves, as well as fighting for the ball, for the loose ball on one of Gagne's, and then of course finding Gagne in wide open space for the second. And this Sao Paulo team proving why they are perennial title contenders. The days of Sao Paulo rooted to the bottom of the league are a thing of the past. The only question is, will they be able to take that final step this season? Meanwhile, Tenochtitlan having a rough start to their Season 21 campaign. They'll be hoping it's not the sign of an oncoming sophomore slump. It's a quality team Tenochtitlan has built, as Machado and Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame making their way onto the pitch for Tenochtitlan. Pinkman losing the ball to Mulder there. But Machado winning the ball themselves, and Bloodflame trying to duel a couple of defenders instead. Lays it off to Mamba there. And Mamba fouled outside the box by Cotswold, and that's going to be a free kick. Volta, free kick from wide, tries to find the far post. Had it away, but Bloodflame there to clean up. Header battle, and ultimately falls to Pinkman. Bloodflame in a lot of space. Cutting it back, and the shot from Pinkman off the frame of the goal, it looked like. And that's the best chance that Tenochtitlan have had all day. Cotswold with a corner kick for Sao Paulo at the other end. And that one headed over. Deep throw for Sao Paulo. Hashimoto plays the 1-2. Hashimoto puts the low cross in. The shot from point blank there. And Rubio couldn't get it past ball. Well, that's a high percentage shot and a great save from ball. With Sao Paulo still posing a threat. Eventually dealt with, and Bloodflame bringing it under control. That back pass, a little risky, but does find Peregrine Plink. We've seen that kind of back pass, for lack of a better word, backfire so often, but ultimately no trouble there. Mamba. Cross in. Machado shoots. Bloodflame off the post. And Tenochtitlan have truly woken up here. Sao Paulo needs to be wary of complacency. They're up 3-0 with 30 to play, but Tenochtitlan seemingly having found their shooting boots. It's Cotswold bringing it forward for Sao Paulo, though. But losing out has gone down in the box, and that is a penalty. Mazar Maros on the tackle, and it will be Rubio to step up to the spot. Rubio shoots it, and it's pass ball to make it 4-0. What more can you say? It's a well-taken penalty. Ball guesses the right way, but doesn't stretch out far enough to stop it. And that might take some of the wind out of Tenochtitlan's sails a little bit. They had a promising start to the second half, but that has started to fizzle out a bit, and that goal will have done nothing to help their morale. Tut. Volta sending it back. Possession recycled into the defense. Couple of quick passes, ball finds its way to Armaros. Now Tut coming forward. Finds Bloodflame, who takes the shot and forces the save out of Aguilera. Elliott sends the corner in, near post, it's headed away. Tries again, but ultimately comes to nothing. It's been a dominant performance all match for Sao Paulo. Deservedly up 4-0. Hashimoto sends the corner in. Falls back out to Nerve de Groot. Gagne. Peixoto. Kirkpatrick. Trying to get around Mamba. De Groot. Puts it in. And that shot right at the keeper by Mulder. 10 minutes to play, and Sao Paulo have this one well in hand. Time perhaps for Tenochtitlan to get at least one back, but it's Sao Paulo on the corner here. Cotswold, near post, and that's headed over. Tut. Back to Elliott. Now Plink, pressured by de Groot, forced back. Pressing from the forwards, trying to find that mistake by Tenochtitlan. Ultimately, they do lose possession. Sao Paulo come forward. Cotswold. Dueling with Mamba. Now Velstrazen Smith. Hashimoto. Getting around Volta, puts the cross in. Sent clear by Barrera Strangin. Hashimoto again, low cross, and this time, Julian Rubio puts it in the net. Well, in the dying stages, Sao Paulo putting a bow on this performance. 5-0 the score now. And it's Rubio with a good close-range strike. Point blank, getting past Barrera Strangin. Rubio with the exclamation point on a complete performance by Sao Paulo. Volta standing over the free kick. It's deflected behind for a corner. Elliott, near post, headed into the air. Plink. It's back for Pinkman, and it's off the frame of the goal, and another near miss as it comes back out. Well, it's another heartbreaker for Tenochtitlan. It's another really good chance denied by the frame of the goal. Bloodflame with that shot earlier that caromed off the post, nearly setting Hearts ablaze with a debut goal. And then, of course, we just saw that one denied by the woodwork. That sort of sums up the kind of day it's been for Tenochtitlan. And as the final whistle blows, it's a performance that Sao Paulo can be very proud of. 5-0 your final here in Brazil. Yoma Hashimoto deservedly player of the match. A hat-trick of assists and a goal of their own. Certainly one of the most important, if not the most important player on the pitch today for Sao Paulo. Braces as well from Chef Gagne and Julian Rubio. Tenochtitlan really didn't have much in the way of chances in the first half. They started to wake up in the second half, but by that point, it was too little too late. And so Sao Paulo getting their season started with a victory, and a well-earned one at that. Next up, we travel to the Nintendo, where Tokyo SC will take on Buenos Aires. Tokyo SC perennially one of the better teams in the league, usually hanging out near the top of the table. Last season, though, not going according to plan, finishing 7th overall. And now with a new manager, they'll be looking to reassert themselves at the right end of the table. Meanwhile, Buenos Aires, certainly, of course, a very strong presence. These two have really torn it up in the past against one another. It's a 3 at the back for Tokyo, and as for Buenos Aires, it's a very lanky-looking, I believe, 2-3-1-3-1, I think is how you would call that. And it's Buenos Aires who get us started. Right to left in the orange and black, as always. And Tokyo SC going left to right in the pink and black. Tokyo using a back 3 last season, but this time with a slightly different layout. We'll have to see if the tactical tweak bears fruit. That pass, though, intercepted by O'Leary. Forward to Genkal. Genkal passes back. O'Leary has a shot from close range, but it's offside. It was going to be an excellent opener, but chalked off. And that free kick goes over the bar. Tokyo narrowly escaping what would have been a devastating early goal conceded. Genkal. Rubin and Greer able to mop up. But the pass poor. O'Leary squares it, and Scott missing wide. Well, it looked easier to score that one than to miss it, but missed did Scott. And now the ball forward. Ibrahimovic forcing the save, but is offside. Neither team really finding an upper hand so far. Buenos Aires having the better quality chances, but neither side really able to carve their niche on the scoreboard yet. Well, as we near halftime, it's Super Hoops with a deep throw. Lee into Greer. Greer shoots, and Jude Greer with the opening goal for Tokyo SC in Season 21. Well, it's a great throw by Super Hoops to play it off Lee. Lee then finding Greer, and the veteran left back smashes it past Misag Kabiri. And is that the decisive moment in this one? As we hit halftime, Tokyo up 1-0 on Buenos Aires. Tokyo having 2 shots on target, Buenos Aires having none. However, Buenos Aires having the higher XG rating. One suspects that this match still has another gear that both teams can kick into. Tokyo have started the second half here as the pass trying to find Super Hoops, but doesn't quite get there. O'Leary. Munoz. Quick passing. Greer, though, gets the foot in. Super Hoops through ball to Lee. Lee in the box from close range, but it's ultimately one away. Adamu. And Tokyo will reset play. Fernand Revest back in goal. Now passing to new acquisition Beakley Eilish, traded for, as I said previously, from Sao Paulo during the offseason. Tokyo certainly with high hopes for their new acquisition, as Ibrahimovic tries to hit the through ball. It does fall to Greer. Greer nearly losing out to Ruben. Cross in from Greer. And Ibrahimovic heading it right at the keeper. And how many times have those two linked up over the seasons? This time, though, not successful. Corner comes in for Buenos Aires. Fiacra back to it. Buenos Aires resetting. Now here's Ruben. Yun getting in the way, but getting called with a rebound. And Sterling Scott makes up for the earlier miss and has leveled it at 1-1. Well, Scott was a man on a mission after missing that earlier chance. This time just able to slip away from Adamu and tuck it past Revest. Great instinct there from Scott, and it is all square at 1 goal apiece. Adamu losing out to Scott, and Scott coming forward, but with a recovery tackle from Adamu. Greer tries to pass it through Genkal, and again, still in possession though, but ultimately the pass off target. Louis Duck able to intercept. Genkal back to Duck. Worked around to Snooks. Cuts back for McManus. Forward. And O'Leary forcing a corner. And Buenos Aires in the ascendancy now with a dangerous set-piece opportunity. Fiacra headed up into the air. Harrison heads down for and back to Fiacra. But Ibrahimovic with the block. And Fiacra caught offside. Well, it's a corner kick for Tokyo and Greer to deliver it. Sent near post, headed up into the air and away. Ibrahimovic able to get back to it. And Adamu all the way back to Revest. 30 minutes to play, and it is level on 1 goal apiece. Match balanced on a knife edge. It might take only one moment of quality to decide this either way. Super Hoops wins the ball off of Snooks. And now Tokyo working the ball into midfield. Here's Ramos. Ramos with the through ball. Ibrahimovic has the shot and sends it wide. And was offside anyway. Duck. Now Ruben and Duck again. Ibrahimovic steals the ball off of Duck. Back to Eilish. Cautious build from Tokyo until Eilish sends the long ball. Now it's Jia Yun. Yun at the end line, floats it in, and it falls to Anthony Lee! And Tokyo regained the lead. Jia Yun able to float that ball in, punched away by Kabiri, but Lee in exactly the right place to put Tokyo back up 2-1. But Jia Yun has come off with an injury here, and that is a huge loss for Tokyo SC. Jia Yun, one of the better players on the pitch for Tokyo. Their absence will be profoundly felt here. And it's Ronflex who will make their way onto the pitch to replace the injured Yun. Ronflex playing a little further advanced than we've seen them in the past. Will that be a benefit to Tokyo? Greer with the free kick. And it's just past the post. Would have been a great free kick strike. But ultimately, Kabiri having it covered regardless. Greer once again sending in the free kick. This time it falls to Ibrahimovic. Adamu forward to Lee. Now Ronflex. Touch to Super Hoops, who sends it just past the post courtesy of deflection. Greer stands over the corner kick. It's a precarious lead. They're looking for another goal to try and make it a little more comfortable. Lee, Super Hoops in some space. Back to Lee, who shoots, and that one goes over. Well, time winding down as Buenos Aires trying to find that equalizer again, but it's all Tokyo as Ramos sends that well over. Fiacra stands over the corner kick for Buenos Aires. A real opportunity here for the Argentine outfit. It's in the air. Lee heading it back out. Ruben finds Fiacra. Now Ruben again takes the touch, and Revest parries it over once again. Sustained pressure from Buenos Aires, looking for any weakness in that Tokyo defense from the set piece. Fiacra sends it near post again. It's back out. Ruben. Munoz. Buenos Aires slowly forced back, but do find a pass here as Munoz, but overhits it. And Tokyo can breathe with a goal kick. 5 minutes of added time. Plenty of time for one last twist in this tale. Fiacra. And the shot from McManus goes well over. Greer with the corner now for Tokyo. Whips it in near post. Ultimately dealt with by Genkal. Ibrahimovic uncontested to that in the Tokyo half. Ekholm Gunnarsson. Ronflex. Passing in midfield for Tokyo. Ramos can't quite bring it under control. Ruben. McManus. Through ball to Scott and a lot of space, and Revest with the heroic save. That might be the save that gets Tokyo the 3 points, but Buenos Aires still threatening from this corner kick. Fiacra. Lee heads it back out. Fiacra again. Duck. Through ball to Fiacre. Squares it. And Adamu with a strong header. And it's another corner. Delivery once again by Fiacre. Into the air. Louis Duck. And this time headed behind. And it's a goal kick for Tokyo. Less than a minute to play. Tokyo just have to hold on a little bit longer and the 3 points are theirs. But here come Buenos Aires again, perhaps with the last attack. Gankal. Out to Ruben. Diagonal pass, can't find O'Leary, and Eilish dwells on the ball. Chambers, forward to Lee. And that will do it. Tokyo able to hold on to a very tense 2-1 win. Anthony Lee, your player of the match, having scored the winner and gotten an assist. Jude Greer also scoring for Tokyo. Buenos Aires equalized once through Sterling Scott. Couldn't do it a second time. An exciting match to start Season 21 for both these teams. Both teams really giving it their all. But it's Tokyo victorious on this occasion. What a match that was. Had a bit of a slow beginning, but really picking up toward the end. A lot of chances for Buenos Aires to try and level it once more, but ultimately unable to do so. And now we come to our final match of Matchday 1 here in Season 21. That being Shanghai taking on Hollywood FC. Shanghai coming off a somewhat lackluster first season in the SSL, finishing second last. Meanwhile, Hollywood FC, one of the most exciting cores in the SSL on their day, but they just haven't been able to put it all together yet. They'll be hoping that this is the season for their very talented roster to finally take that next step and become bona fide title contenders. Owen Han up top for Shanghai. And Hollywood with an unconventional formation. Martel and Closa up top. Tortellini playing a little further inside. It's a little bit of an off-centered, asymmetrical 4-2-4. You have to see if it works for Hollywood. Shanghai get us kicked off in the white and gold. Hollywood in their all navy. Long ball from Duncan Wallerson. Headed down. Now it's a through ball for Martel. The strong challenge from I'm Just Ken, but the referee has given a penalty. Well, I'm not sure about that where I'm sitting, but Martel will take the shot and tucks it past Takechi. And Hollywood up 1-0 in very short order. It's another well-taken penalty. Takechi guessing the right way, but not able to get down in time. Now Ali Dia. Low cross, the shot there from Closa. Hollywood still with the pressure. Headed up into the air by Hutchinson Jr. And ultimately dealt with. Bob trying to find Trick Johnson there out on the wing, but it's Brooks who instead brings the ball forward for Hollywood. Closa heads forward, and Squidward Tortellini! A great strike from point blank. And Hollywood with 2 goals in 12 minutes. Now Shanghai with a dangerous chance. It does win the corner. Down 2 goals in very quick fashion. They'll need some sort of lifeline here. Billy Bob delivers the corner kick to the near post. Back to Bob. Cross goes in. Ultimately sent away. And that chance ultimately fizzling out for Shanghai. All over the top. Cormier squares it to Martel. And Hollywood mean business. An absolutely riotous start to this game. Cormier squaring it for Martel, who gets past I'm Just Ken. And 3-0. Hollywood lead in the early stages. Martel already with a brace. Brooks, pressured by Bob. That pass by Hunt off the mark. Brooks, though, with a great challenge on Ford. Mograine. Closa. Loses out, but Brooks able to recover. Long shot from Ali Dia, but it's just tipped past the post. Jalen Brooks standing over that corner. Falls to Tortellini, and it's another save. Brooks again from the corner. Hefeweizen loses out. Cormier with a diving challenge on Ford, and the referee blows for a free kick. Well, this match has been all Hollywood. We'll be hoping this is indeed the beginning of their team starting to gel into real contenders. And as we near halftime, it's another corner kick. Tortellini takes the shot. It's off the frame of the goal. Back to Martel, and Martel makes no mistake. And that's a hat trick for Pete Martel in the first half. What a display to start the season. Tortellini's shot clanging off the crossbar. Brooks sending it back into Martel. Takechi can't make the second save. And it's another corner just before the half. Brooks delivers near post. Hefeweizen back to Brooks. And Hefeweizen has a go, but it's into the crowd. And that is it for the first half. Hollywood making it very clear where things stand between them and Shanghai. 4-0 in the first half, an XG of just under 3. It has been a frankly unstoppable display from Hollywood. Can they build on that display in the second half? And can Shanghai find a way back into this? So the second half begins, as Damien DeSoto coming on for Shanghai. Trick Johnson with a great sliding challenge. Cross goes in, and Takechi able to hold on to it. Hollywood picking up right where they left off as that corner very nearly results in a goal. And the great challenge by Mulgrain to stop that move. Shanghai venture forward now. It's Del Vecchio. Losing out, though, to Cormier. Now Hollywood potentially on the break here. Cormier. Hunt takes a touch. Cormier. Gets past Del Vecchio, weaving into the box. Cormier from very close range from a tight angle, but it is a goal kick. .30 minutes to play, and Hollywood showing no signs of letting Shanghai back into this match. Although there is a bit of a threat here as Ford takes the touch and does win the corner kick. Dia the deflector behind as Billy Bob stands over the corner. Near post, but it's headed up and away. Bob gets back to it. Voda losing out, though. And now Brooks coming forward, making the run. Johnson in hot pursuit. Cross goes in from Brooks to the opposite post, and that header from Martel, well over. Johnson with that cross in for Shanghai, and Hohenhan gets one back. Well, it might not do much to change the result of this one, but Johnson's cross in to Thomas Hohenhan. It's a brilliant strike and a brilliant setup. Shanghai with one back. Hollywood still lead 4-1. Now Hollywood trying to come forward, but Johnson with another great challenge. It was Habjanic trying to find the through ball to Hohenhan, but nothing doing. Quick passing. Ball finds its way out to Del Vecchio. Cross goes in and it's sent clear. Now Hollywood on the break. Here's Closa. Dribbling through the center. Hunt holds it up and then finds Cormier. Through ball. And Gerd Closa! They caught Shanghai napping. And Gerd Closa tucks it away. It's a great pass by Cormier to find Klosa's run through the defense. Takechi powerless to resist once again. And indeed, Klosa just onside. And so, Shanghai 1, Hollywood 5, the scoreline as we enter the last 10 minutes of this match. And once again, the corner kick from Hollywood. The shot from Hefeweizen. And it's tipped behind for a corner. Ball back to Martel, and that will come to nothing. Del Vecchio with the long ball. It escapes Hefeweizen, but Lovrich able to get to it. Cormier. Big Mac Johnson. Forward, but Voda losing out. Hunt. Forward to Brooks. Brooks from a tight angle. And it's blocked by Damian De Soto. That long shot from Martel, blocked. And as we enter added time, Hollywood with this game well in hand. Dealing with that threat from Shanghai as the final whistle blows and Hollywood run out deservedly with the 3 points. The first half hat trick from Pete Martel set them well on their way. Additional goals from Squidward Tortellini and Gerard Klose adding extra insurance. Thomas Hohen's strike in the 72nd minute, the only consolation for Shanghai on the day. A statement victory, perhaps, by Hollywood, and a scoreline that will not go unnoticed. Hollywood fans will be hoping that this, at last, is the season that sees them ascend the table after so many disappointing campaigns. But of course, it remains to be seen how this season will pan out. Still so much soccer left to be played. But a really great match day one, at least in this commentator's opinion. And hopefully one that sets the tone for an exciting campaign once again. Recap real quick of today's scores. Romana victorious 4-2 over Catalunya. Reykjavik dropping 2-3 against Schwarzwälder. Then Sao Paulo dealing with Tenochtitlan effectively 5-0. Hollywood with a 5-1 victory over Shanghai. And then, of course, we saw Tokyo eke out a 2-1 victory over Buenos Aires. Well, there is still a lot of soccer to be played this season, but we've already gotten off to a fantastic start. How will this season pan out? Still plenty of time left to see. 17 match days remain. We hope you'll join us then. Till next time, this has been Metafiction. Take care.